Hello there, how you doing? Yep, that's me. I hope you're well. I'm attaching a skeg to this Packraft, Biluta Packraft that I've got. And I'm using a Gumotex mount and a Gumotex Skeg. And the reason I'm using these is because this is a nitrillion mount, and it means I can fold the Packraft up and it'll still fold up really small without there being any lumpy bits. What I've actually inserted into this at the moment is the drop stitch floor from my Go Plus kayak is in the base of here, and that's just to give me a stable base to work on while I mount this. And you can see I've also aligned a tape measure along here, and that's to make sure that I get the mount in the center of the boat, or as close to center as I can get it, because what you don't want is you don't want the fin at an angle, because that's obviously going to affect your direction when you're paddling. So I've got the tape measure fixed down the center of the boat. There is, just underneath here, if I can find it, a bracket underneath that's inside the boat that actually holds the seat in place. And I just need to make sure that I get this positioned underneath here so that it is straight on both sides. I think I'll just scuff this up a little bit first, just to give it a key. I'm not going to bother scuffing this bottom bit, I don't think, because it is really thin. And also, it is quite knobbly anyway, but we'll just add a little bit of a key to this. Not much, just a little bit, just to give the glue something to stick to, a bit of purchase. There we go, that should do it. As I say, just to give it a bit of purchase. I am using the glue that Gumotex recommended, which is this elastic. I'll just pierce the top ready to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position this where I want it. It's a bit of a hard one to do, is this, because you need to obviously, as I say, get this in the centre of the boat, roughly in the centre of the boat, but actually even on the boat. And I think that looks about right there. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just going to run some tape directly down the side. So that I know where I'm putting it. Okay, I think that's got my marker done. I think what I'm going to do now is get rid of the tape measure. Now that I know where I'm putting it, I will just scuff this a little bit. I don't want to scuff it too much because this fabric is very thin. And cards on the table, that's all I dare do. Right, so I think we've got that. There's the bracket underneath. We're going to go up to that and slot it in between there. I think what we'll also do then, just to be in the interest of positioning, this one's a new one on me. When I was putting the D-rings on, you could afford to be a bit more relaxed with that. It didn't have to be so spot on, but this one really does have to be quite accurate. Now, one of the things you've got to consider with this is this pops in and slides back. Actually, it goes that way, so it slides forward and then slides back into there. So where you don't put the glue, it's on the red bits. You can go up to the slots, but you need to make sure you don't put glue in the bits front and back, because this needs to slide around in there. And actually, with that in mind, I'm only going to apply glue to this surface and not that surface. Then I'm going to spread it around and wait till it goes tacky. So let's put some of this glue on. Quite a runny one, this one. It's a lot runnier than Storm Show. And then I'm just going to spread it about a bit, making sure I get right up to the edge. A bit more of that in a couple of places. Oops, that was a bit too much. Let's just run onto the boat. That's gone tacky already. I'm really quite surprised. So I'm going to actually try positioning this now. I do feel the need to have quite a bit more on here. Alright, let's go for it. so long as I can get the skeg underneath, it should be okay. So I'm just going to press this around quite a bit. Anywhere where I think it hasn't got enough, I'm going to put some more. I'm not bothered if it seeps out. Can always clear that up later. All down the edge. This stuff dries really quick. I might have to tape this down just to make sure it stays in place. Right, what I've done is I've just put a collection of Agatha Christie books on top of that. I have taped it as well. I think you can't really see it from that angle. Let's show you that one. There we go. So I have put some tape all around the edges, and I've just put some weight on top of that just to help keep it flat while it cures. We'll come back in a few hours and see what it's like. Alright, it's several hours later and I've just had a look at this. I've taken the tape off. It looks as though it's kind of glued alright. There are a couple of little weak spots at the ends where it doesn't look like it's stuck so well, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the glue in, tape that back up and then leave it. So all I'm going to do is just apply a little bit more of this in there around that edge. I'm going to do the same here. As I say, the rest of it looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more around there. Slide that in. And that'll do, I think. The very next morning. Right. Yep, this appears to be all sorted now, actually. It seems, it does seem really well stuck down. Let's get the fin in and see what it's like. So what you do with this is you slide it under the front, like so, and then it just pushes to the back. Yeah, do you know what? I think we've nailed it. Let's get it on the water and see what it's like. Right, so I'm going to get this skeg fitted into here. There we go. Right, so I've got the skeg in. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, you know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing on the channel, if you smash the bell and hit subscribe, you just get a notification whenever I upload some more fantastic content. God, I've got a big head again. Alright, thanks so much for watching. You take care of yourself. Cheerio.